Hey, welcome to the Newbie Nerd, or whatever it is we end up going with for this particular channel. Channel Super Saiyan Vegeta, Bandai Figurize Standard. As you can see, we have the manual here, which are actually quite informative, pretty helpful. This is probably my 13th or 14th build on these particular figures, so getting a little familiar with putting them together. Still use the instructions though, would definitely recommend using them, especially if you're a newbie like me. We're going to get jumping into this particular figurine assembly as well as putting together that final flash there. So jump into it. No further ado, we'll jump into it. And again, welcome. This is essentially my me jumping into something with completely no experience whatsoever. I've never actually recorded anything in this particular manner or tried to do any type of voiceovers with anything or nothing. Um, no editing experience, no real camera experience. Um, just honestly, at this point, for the most part, kind of doing this for myself or seeing where it goes. Maybe other people will enjoy it, find some interest in it. But what I essentially want to do is build a hobby. I want to get a hobby for myself. I want to find a hobby. And so my clippers here up, real smooth. But yeah, nothing special. I don't honestly remember what they're called. They're like a root tool or something. It's from Amazon, 15, 20 bucks. Uh, Nothing special. But yeah, I'm just trying to find a good hobby for myself. I've been really enjoying putting together these figurines. I kind of chose to start in this particular realm because these are, as I'm sure if anyone who's watching this, you're probably pretty familiar. These are clip together type model sets, so no glue, and essentially for the most part, no painting is really needed. Painting can definitely elevate them for sure, but again, I have absolutely no experience with painting. I have no experience with modeling, like figure modeling, put together modeling, construction modeling, nothing of that nature. But I have been enjoying this so far. Again, this is probably the 13th figure I've done. I didn't record anything prior to this. Unfortunately, this is the first one. But I figured, hey, I want to start trying to do a hobby. Why not try and see if anyone else enjoys that? Maybe we'll go on an adventure. Who knows how long I'll be recording these particular things. Trying to develop some extra skills on the side and putting things together. And ideally, I'd like to get a little good at painting. I don't know. I don't have to be a pro or anything, but like to be able to customize a few things or move on to figures and or things like maybe the Star Wars ships and other types of stuff that do require a little bit of glue and definitely painting. Um, but for now, I'm just going to start here, baby steps, record the process, and maybe we can go on a journey on going through these particular figurines and catching up and learning new things. As I'll try to be learning new things going through this. Um, yeah, you'll see me periodically try and show some focus or anything on the cameras, but it's not very effective. Uh, it's gonna There it goes. Yep. So we're gonna put the sticker on the mouth there, kind of what I'm indicating, and going through that piece there. Yeah, all I have is really just my normal computer camera here. Every once in a while, maybe my phone. Nothing nothing fancy. As I get used to this particular process here, but yeah, we're gonna get the mouth in there. I could just use that my plastic piece to shove it down in. We'll take a look. And there he is, Prince Vegeta. Look at that smile or scream. Looking good. Either way, that's the head. It's the head put together. So now going to move on to the next bit. Honestly, most of these kits come together kind of similarly. I'm starting to pick up on or notice. So like you'll usually start with the head, the hair and the face, and then from there you move to the neck and or torso. And then from the torso, it moves to the arms, right and left, and then the legs, right and left, and then I don't know, I guess the abdomen, torso, and then underneath that, what would you call it, like the pelvis area? I don't know. And then you put them together to get your final figure. Um, it's just kind of satisfying, this process of putting them together. Maybe plenty of other people out here enjoy that too. And whenever you're looking at it, right, coming together, it's kind of satisfying. And when you're going through it, it is a bit of a tedious process, but you do get a little bit of that enjoyment of, or at least for myself, right? You get that enjoyment of the time frame you can take to slow down and concentrate on something there, and a little bit of the therapeutic time frame uh, putting things together. But speeding it up like this, definitely a little bit satisfying, seeing things kind of come together. Um, so we're getting the abdomen piece here put together. And there we go. Here's the torso, head connected. Once again, I'll try the camera. We'll give this a shot. The horrible focusing, horrible focusing. And there he is, the Prince of all Saiyans. All right, coming together. We're going to move on to the arms. Got the right and left to go together here. And like I said, after putting a few of these together, like a few times, again, being complete newbie here when starting off with this, was pretty much looking at the instructions like every single time doing these particular figures. Vegeta is one of the first figurines that I did. I just found it a little bit easier, less tedious. Instead of working one piece, we just cut out the entire like label, kind of like, since I've done it right, I know I just cut out everything for the right arm, left arm, everything that I'm going to particularly use, and then I can go about putting them together. Finds I find it helps a little bit. Um, as a complete novice here, complete newbie, knowing nothing. Like, I'm not out here researching videos, guys, on other people doing this or anything to that nature. I just kind of was like, hey, wanna start trying to have a hobby of like maybe I'll enjoy putting things together, and why not film this and document it? Maybe something cool will happen. I don't know. If anything, I'll learn some extra skills, and that'll be cool. But yeah. All right. So get this left arm. A little bit of cleanup here and there. You got to do a little cleanup along the way. Put together. And here we go. That's the top half. Right now, I'm just trying to work him into that final flash stance, or at least as close as you can get it, right? It's kind of like displayed on the box, right? But obviously, like, his shoulders and neck don't move as like crunched up as like getting it fully in, like touching like wrist to wrist, obviously. So that's probably about as close as we'll be able to get that stance. And just kind of did the torso. I'm familiar with like that, or not the torso, but like the pelvis area. Just familiar with that pieces going together. So since it was on that ring there, or on that piece face, I don't know. I'll work on my terminology, guys. I'll work on my terminology, but with the cut it out, just went ahead and cut it out. So yeah, now we're moving on to the legs, and again, I'm just going to cut out everything for the right leg, left leg, and then assemble them accordingly from there. And then since um, most of the pieces on that sheet is coming off as well, I'm just going to also be cutting out those hands, because may not be using them initially for the stance I'm going to put them into, but it's good to have those set to the side there. Have this figure come together. And we'll once again speed this up a little bit here as we work to put together the legs. Mm-hmm. This is satisfying seeing this come together. We now have Prince Vegeta's legs, and assembling him. And there we go. Prince Vegeta. All his glory. Let's grab the box for a close-up. Get some focus going. The focus battle, once again. Here we go. And Prince Vegeta is done for now. Moving on to the final flash. Final flash and the stand. This is a little stand that holds the actual kind of final flash up. The little clear piece. Put these together. These typically aren't as complicated either, but I do like to kind of reference the directions as a newbie just to make sure I am putting them together appropriately. Um, One of the things to look out for these as we go through it, it does have a, well, first of all, you got to be a little careful not to cut the pieces that you actually do need, especially for these cool electrifying out effects that go onto the final flash, which actually do look pretty sick. And then you'll cut out these main pieces, and these main pieces, these are the ones, you put them together and they have to slot into this coming piece here, and they have to slot in there a certain way. So right now, just getting all the pieces laid out. Yeah, this piece here, you gotta put these together, and this bit, just make sure it fits in there properly. Yep. Mess that up. Yeah, we know the focus isn't gonna work. Even I'm having trouble. So get the rest of this kind of done. Well, I was referencing the instructions there again because on that side there's also a tab. So this particular piece on that side also has a little tab there. You want to make sure you push it in right where you may break it off or flatten it out so that it doesn't stay together as properly. Get this piece on, adjustments, and there we go. There we have it. That's going to do it for this video. And as you can see, I'm like real quick, I'll just show a clip here at the end. Yeah, this is the collection I've accumulated so far. These are some of the figures. Obviously, not a great shot. Maybe I'll do some more of those in the future if it makes sense, or whatever the case may be. Experimenting. So until next time.